Alright, welcome back to Tojima Wants to Be a Kamen Rider. Anime Review, episode number 17. Reviewing the 17th episode of the series, everybody will join Shocker. Right? Everyone in the world joins, everyone's world too. Everyone will join Shocker. So, let's focus on basically, there's like 3 different viewpoints as one, where we focus on Tojima himself. We see Jason Douglas's character and his henchmen. Also, even Batman. Yes, we'll get to him. So Tojima is still reeling from the fact he ran away from Batman last episode. He has his mask next to him, and then he proceeds to get up and put on an episode of Kamen Rider. Apparently, he likes rewatching the show. 98 episodes, mind you. Yes. And the episode they have him showing here, and this is the second ever episode they've ever shown of the original series. They have shown, I think it was, if I remember correctly, I think they show like one episode stronger, in episode 30. Which, weird thing with that, 9 episodes later, but that series will end. But in the case of this particular episode, they show episode 40. Yes, which was during the period of time where you had Kamen Rider 2, except they changed the dialogue. Where it's like, oh look, another Kamen Rider, despite the fact you know who that is. Like, if anybody has seen the original episode, which, by the way, you can actually find the original series streaming on Tubi and on Shop Factory. That's where you can find them. Which, also for some weird reason, there's no physical release for the series here, but yet V3, X, Amazon, and Stronger, the next 4 series that came out, the original one, yeah, those physical releases here, but not the original one. Nope, not the original one. Not really sure why. I do know also that Black and Blur X do have physical releases here, but as of currently for Kamen Rider, the only ones in the show that do not have physical releases here is, to my knowledge, is Sky Rider Super 1. I did check the Tokusatsu channel, which I normally watch for Kamen Rider. Believe it or not, the special, which debuted the 10th ever Kamen Rider, that is actually there. Yeah, they put it on there as part of when they celebrated, I think it was like 400 subscribers. That's when they put the actual movie on there, which I thought was really cool. But the 4th episode is simply where you have the 2 riders and take on the Snowman Monster, which the general at that point was Dr. Death. Really cool villain. He's a lot better than the first general they had. So he's pondering, and of course, he still doesn't recognize the fact that he took on Batman last episode. Yes, I'm like, Tojima, you are a Kamen Rider fan, and you don't know who Batman is? Oh, by the way, he's the only one of the regulars of the good characters actually here. Where are the other writers, per se? Not here. They're not in the episode. As for why they're not here, you could say, in story, the reason why they're not here because they're in hiding. But actually, probably because basically they weren't available. Yeah. So, then focus on the gangster a little bit, where he see him in his room, where apparently he smoked a lot of cigarettes. I saw much in his ashtray. It looks like he smoked about 2 packs of cigarettes. Yes. So then we see he wakes up and his henchmen come and look like the police officers. Nope, they're security for an idol group, which are the Combat Girls. And then we get basically like a little reference like, oh, this guy here in the tracksuit is their manager. He also got them a tower. And they even show how the heck this happened. It's like he mentions, like, oh, here's how it happened. So he somehow met the Combat Girls after seeing a concert of theirs, and then converts all 3 of them, and has one of them basically it's implied they did this. They decapitated their previous manager. He can take over as a manager. And then he gets like an agency where it's like, this thing is average. And then he proceeds to bite that guy and take over his company. And then you see him where and this is basically kind of, we see image, it actually shows previous episode, where he pretty much churned about a dozen girls, like basically in one room while all these girls are in their underwear. He just walks in and basically bites about 10 of them. And those 10 girls that he bit the other girls. And then these girls in their underwear decided to run out and bite the fans. For reasons, and they balanced him and was like, "Yeah, you baby? Yes, Lord Batman. Yeah, first time. Now I've been calling him that, but that's the first time in show they've heard him as Batman. I knew who this character was. Yeah, I may not be I read a little bit of the manga, but at least I know who Batman is, the Kamen Batman, which." I tend to basically point this to Tojima. Tojima, you have seen the Kamen Rider series multiple times. Do you not know who Batman is? Maybe they could do an episode where they can animate where he watches episode 2. Yes. And then the image of him surrounded by all the combat girls that all he converted. It's implied basically that he made all these girls a harem. Now, in the original show, he didn't exactly convert to combat girls. Convert them. Basically, he was spreading a virus originally. And he never did this. Now, I'm sorry about that. My nose keeps getting stuffed up here. So, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned this, but the looks that the combat girls have in the show, the Shocker Combat Women, well, and then we see the three henchmen, they see him converting, and then they run away, and they hide, and they ride bicycles to their boss's place, and he's eating a bowl of ramen, and then the combat girls, just and he basically actually puts noodles up his nose as for comedy. I thought that was kind of funny. Because I've actually done that before, put a noodle up my nose. It's not comfortable. I did it once and never did it again. I just did it one time and believe it, I did that once. I just took a noodle, put up my nose when I was a kid, and after that one time, I never did it again because I was not comfortable doing that. I'd rather put my mouth, not my nose. But I was a kid, so I wouldn't know better. So, yeah, overall, really good episode. And can you believe there's only 7 left to go? Yeah, only 7 left. Now, I normally would think, oh, maybe next week Dragon Stargate. That's actually the only anime from Saturday I haven't covered yet. That is true. But I am actually going to have to postpone that to tomorrow because it's getting kind of late. So that's it for the video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe to notifications. Expect to see a review from not only for Dragon Stargaze, but also My Hero Academia Vigilantes, Kamen Rider X, and Super Sentai. Okay? Next video. Bye.